Great acts are made up of small deeds. Time is a created thing. To say, "I don't have time," is like saying, "I don't want to." The world belongs to those who let go. To attain knowledge, add things every day. To attain wisdom, remove things every day. Do you have the patience to wait until your mud settles and the water is clear? If the people must be ever fearful of death, then there will always be an executioner. Our enemies are not demons, but human beings like ourselves. There is no disaster greater than not being content. There is no misfortune greater than being covetous. Ambition has one heel nailed in well, though she stretches her fingers to touch the heavens. The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. He who defends with love will be secure. Heaven will save him and protect him with love. A scholar who cherishes the love of comfort is not fit to be deemed a scholar. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Ordinary men hate solitude, but the master makes use of it, embracing his aloneness, realizing he is one with the whole universe. Love is of all the passions the strongest, for it attacks simultaneously the head, the heart, and the senses. Go to the people, live with them, learn from them, love them. Because of a great love, one is courageous. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Your own positive future begins in this moment. All you have is right now. Every goal is possible from here. If lightning is the anger of the gods, then the gods are concerned mostly about trees. Is it not through her selflessness that she is able to perfect herself? To be worn out is to be renewed. Just remain in the center, watching, and then forget that you are there. The way to do is to be. He who talks more is sooner exhausted. As soon as you have made a thought, laugh at it. If you want to know me, look inside your heart. A man with outward courage dares to die. A man with inner courage dares to live. The truth is not always beautiful, nor beautiful words the truth. Muddy water let stand becomes clear. The reason why the universe is eternal is that it does not live for itself. It gives life to others as it transforms. He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened. The softest things in the world overcome the hardest things in the world. Through this, I know the advantage of taking no action. Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself. Do your work, then step back. The only path to serenity. Do you imagine the universe is agitated? Go into the desert at night and look at the stars. This practice should answer the question. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. The wise man is square but not sharp, honest but not malign, straight but not severe, bright but not dazzling. To realize that you do not understand is a virtue. Not to realize that you do not understand is a defect. New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. From wonder into wonder, existence opens. The best fighter is never angry. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. Water is the softest thing, yet it can penetrate mountains and earth. This shows clearly the principle of softness overcoming hardness. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. Do not conquer the world with force, for force only causes resistance. Thorns spring up when an army passes. Years of misery follow a great victory. Do only what needs to be done without using violence. What the caterpillar calls the end, the rest of the world calls a butterfly. The master observes the world but trusts his inner vision. He allows things to come and go. He prefers what is within to what is without. I have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. The hard and mighty lie beneath the ground. A good traveler leaves no tracks. While the tender and weak dance on the breeze above, loss is not as bad as wanting more. Silence is a source of great strength. The way of heaven is to help and not harm. Spring comes, and the grass grows by itself. What is firmly rooted cannot be pulled out. The heart that gives, gathers. Composure is the ruler of instability. At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are and you know what you want. If you realize that all things change, there is nothing you will try to hold on to. If you are not afraid of dying, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Those who flow as life flows know they need no other force. Water is fluid, soft, and yielding, but water will wear away rock which is rigid and cannot yield. As a rule, whatever is fluid, soft, and yielding will overcome whatever is rigid and hard. This is another paradox. What is soft is strong. He who acts spoils. He who grasps lets slip. The wise man is one who knows what he does not know. A bad man is a good man's job. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is truly ready, the teacher will disappear. If you wish to be out front, then act as if you were behind. It is better to leave a vessel unfilled than to attempt to carry it when it is full. When pure sincerity forms within, it is outwardly realized in other people's hearts. The road you can talk about is not the road you can walk on. When the people of the world all know beauty as beauty, there arises the recognition of ugliness. When they all know the good as good, there arises the recognition of evil. The difficult problems in life always start off being simple. Great affairs always start off being small. Some lose yet gain, others gain and yet lose. Knowing how to yield is strength. Not seeking, not expecting, she is present and can welcome all things. Chanting is no more holy than listening to the murmur of a stream. Counting prayer beads no more scared than simply breathing. Religious robes no more spiritual than work clothes. There is no illusion greater than fear. If I had just a little bit of wisdom, I should walk the great path and fear only straying from it. With few there is attainment, with much there is confusion. Fill your bowl to the brim and it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife and it will blunt. He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. There is no greater danger than underestimating your opponent. Life and death are one thread, the same line viewed from different sides. Governing a great nation is like cooking a small fish. Too much handling will spoil it. People in their handlings of affairs often fail when they are about to succeed. If one remains as careful at the end as he was at the beginning, there will be no failure. Hope and fear are both phantoms that arise from thinking of the self. When we don't see the self as self, what do we have to fear? I do not concern myself with gods and spirits, either good or evil, nor do I serve any. From caring comes courage. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. The key to growth is the introduction of higher dimensions of consciousness into our awareness. By letting go, it all gets done. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. When there is no desire, all things are at peace. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. To hold, you must first open your hand, let go. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent on arriving. Stop thinking and end your problems. To see things in the seed, that is genius. Take care with the end as you do with the beginning. The further one goes, the less one knows. When goodness is lost, there is morality. The Tao is nowhere to be found, yet it nourishes and completes all things. When men lost their understanding of the Tao, intelligence came along, bringing hypocrisy with it. The more laws and order are made prominent, the more thieves and robbers there will be. Manifest plainness, embrace simplicity, Reduce selfishness. Have few desires. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. If you try to change it, you will ruin it. Try to hold it, and you will lose it. He who obtains has little. He who scatters has much. If you want to lead them, you must place yourself behind them. Music in the soul can be heard by the universe. Doing nothing is better than being busy doing nothing. When you accept yourself, the whole world accepts you. An over-sharpened sword cannot last long. Sincere words are not fine. Fine words are not sincere. Health is the greatest possession. Contentment is the greatest treasure. Confidence is the greatest friend. If you do not value rare treasures, you will stop others from stealing. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. A violent wind does not last for a whole morning. A sudden rain does not last for the whole day. When you are at one with loss, the loss is experienced willingly. He who knows he has enough is rich. Perseverance is a sign of willpower. He who stays where he is endures. To die but not to perish is to be eternally present. Nature is not human-hearted. Respond to anger with virtue. Deal with difficulties while they are still easy. Handle the great while it is still small.